So here we go. It all started after the second inning when Max Scherzer was getting his glove examined by umpire Phil Cuzzi, and Cuzzi found something sticky. It's too sticky. He pulls his hand away, turns to go back into the dugout, but he calls him back, says something else, and then here he is again. He's inspecting his hand, looking for sticky stuff, asks to see the glove. Scherzer's like, that's just rosin. And here comes Buck Showalter, and he's telling him that he wants him to get a new glove, and then Scherzer says, it's just rosin. And he's like, okay, and he's going to get a new glove, and then he comes back with the new glove, and then Cuzzi takes it, inspects it. It looks like Scherzer saying, hey, I'm sorry, man. Kind of smiles. Sorry. And then he slams the glove right into the middle of his chest, and then Scherzer goes back out there and pitches the third inning. Now, Max said that his hand did get clumpy with the rosin during that second inning, and Cuzzi told him to wash it off. And Scherzer said that he washed it with alcohol and changed his glove before reapplying rosin heading into the fourth inning. So I don't know if Scherzer had a dead arm while he was washing his hands. He couldn't feel it, or he didn't do a good enough job. But then later when he came out to pitch the bottom of the fourth inning, they checked his hands and glove again, and that's when things got heated. I know, it's rosin and sweat. I promise you on my life. I promise you. Dan, I know. It's rosin. It's rosin. There's no way. There's no way. No way. Because he throws them out, he says, yep, gone. Fucking bitch. It's rosin and sweat. Shakes his head in disgust. There's no way. Right? And then Max is in the dugout, and he still can't believe it. He says, it's rosin. Now, earlier in the game, there was a shot of Max Scherzer applying some tape to his left hand in order to secure his pitch comp. So some people were suggesting that maybe some of the sticky stuff from that got mixed in with the rosin and the sweat, but Max denies it. Now, what makes this very interesting is the fact that Max Scherzer is the third pitcher to get ejected for foreign substances since checks were put in place back in 2021, and all three have been checks done by, you guessed it, umpire Phil Cuzzi. In 2021, Cuzzi ejected then Mariners pitcher Hector Santiago for what was the first ejection due to MLB's crackdown on sticky substances, and later that year, he ejected then Diamondbacks pitcher Caleb Smith due to a sticky substance. So I'm not saying we should go check out Phil Cuzzi's FanDuel account, but he definitely has a thing for ejecting guys for sticky substances. Oh, and then on top of that, Dan Bellino was the umpire who gave Madison Bumgarner the 1,000-yard stare while I was giving him the creepiest hand massage of all time. Bruh. And then also, last week, Yankees pitcher Domingo Germán, he was dealing against the Twins, and they found sticky stuff on his fingers, and they didn't even eject him. They had him wash his hands, and they let him continue pitching that game. In fact, the only person that was ejected in that game was Twins manager Rocco Baldelli for wanting the umpires to check and enforce the rules. And for the record, Dave Roberts was asked after the game if he asked the umpires to enforce the rules and check for sticky stuff, and Dave Roberts said no. And also, if you look at Max Scherzer's spin rates, there was nothing abnormal, nothing that was off the charts. Yes, the spin was a little up on the four-seam fastball, but there wasn't anything egregious or suspicious. So I don't think that Max Scherzer was cheating. I don't think that he touched Joe Musgrove's ears before his start. I don't think he was using foreign substances to get an edge. I think the umpires might have gotten this one wrong. And then umpire Phil Cuzzi spoke to reporters after the game, and he had this to say. As far as stickiness, this was the stickiest that it has been since I've been inspecting hands, which goes back 3 seasons. Compared to the first inning, the level of stickiness, it was so sticky that when we touched his hand, our fingers were sticking to his hand. Whatever was on there remained on our fingers for a few innings afterwards, so that you could still feel the fingers were sticking together. It was far more than we have ever seen before on a pitcher in live action, and we understand the repercussions of removing a pitcher from the game. We take that very seriously, and with the training we have been given by Major League Baseball to check, this is clearly something that went too far. It went over the line. And then Scherzer, who faces an automatic 10-game suspension, which he can't appeal, he spoke to the media after the game, and here was his side of the story.
So after the second inning, my hand, it was a little clumpy from the rosin and sweat. That it was clumpy, and Phil told me to wash it off, so I washed it off. Came back out there after the third, with alcohol. I washed it with alcohol and rosin, and when I went back out there, the alcohol for a little bit there can be sticky in rosin. That can happen. So he was like, "That's too sticky. You need to go back on there, wash it off again, and reapply the rosin." And so I did that, and then at the same time, he thought my glove had too much rosin on it. And I was like, "Okay, if that's a problem, there's nothing going on." He's like, "You need a new glove." Like, okay. So I come back out, pitch a third, and knew I was going to get checked in the fourth. So I'd have to be an absolute idiot to try to do anything when I'm coming back out for the fourth. So after that third inning, I'm in front of the MLB official that's underneath here. I wash my hand with alcohol in front of the official. I then apply rosin, and then I grab sweat. When I then go back out there, and Phil Cuzzi says that my hand's too sticky. I don't get it. Yes, when you use sweat and rosin, your hand is sticky, but I don't get how I get ejected when I'm in front of MLB officials doing exactly what you want, and being deemed my hand's too sticky when I'm using legal substance. I do not understand that.
What did Phil say after you clearly explained that to him on the field?
He said my hand's too sticky, and I said, "I swear on my kid's life, I'm not using anything else. This is sweat and rosin, sweat and rosin." I keep saying it over and over, and they touch my hand, they say it's sticky, and I yes, it is, because it's sweat and rosin, and they say it's too sticky. It's not, and they threw me out because of that.
But let me know down below in the comment section, do you think Max Scherzer was cheating? Do you think he was trying to get an edge using some foreign substances? Do you think he took the rosin a little too far? Do you think Phil Cuzzi took it too far? Do you think he should have been ejected? I want all your takes down below. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all things Dodger baseball all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. This breakdown was brought to you by Hornitos Premium Tequila. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.